I'm going to tell you how you can get more views on your gaming videos by identifying the things that are stopping people from clicking or watching your videos. Let's get into this. G'day, my name's Marcus. I'm a video game and YouTube enthusiast, and this channel is all about helping you grow your gaming channel. I upload new videos every Saturday, so feel free to subscribe. And last week I made a video explaining why your gaming channel as a whole isn't growing. I believe there are some pretty helpful tips in that one, so I'll link it at the end of this video if you want to watch it. But my number one reason in that video why people weren't getting subscribers and why their channel wasn't growing is because their videos weren't good. And that's what this video is going to be about. When you put a lot of effort into recording, uploading, creating your thumbnails, it can be hard to admit that maybe your videos aren't really as good as you think they are. You're doing something wrong. Maybe it's the metadata, your tags, titles, descriptions, whatever are incorrect, or maybe it's the videos themselves. Obviously something is lacking because whatever you're doing isn't working. Albert Einstein once said doing the same thing and expecting a different result is just insanity. But don't lose heart. This is expected, especially for new channels. If you're going through that, oh my god, my video's a literal garbage stage, it's okay. It's like playing an instrument. Even though you know what you need to do and you've watched a few YouTube tutorials, you can't become a classical guitarist in like an hour. It doesn't work that way. You need to practice, you need to figure out what works, you need to build the so-called muscle memory, and you need to educate yourself. And that's similar to everything in life. The fact that you're watching this video and trying hard to educate yourself already shows that you're ahead of the majority, so I believe in you. There's hope for you yet. Assuming you've acted on the information I shared in my previous video about how to grow your channel, and I'm going to link that video at the end of this video like I said, what other things can you do, or what are you doing, or what can you not do that will help your videos get more views? Obviously every scenario is different, but after the 5 years on YouTube that I've been working in this area, I've recognized a few patterns that are pretty common, and I think I'd like to share them with you today. Let's start with the most obvious ones and we'll work our way up to the least known. So, first of all, your metadata is bad. So what is metadata? Metadata is your titles, your descriptions, your thumbnails, not thumbnails, your tags, all that kind of stuff. Basically, the point of metadata is first of all to entice your viewers, and second of all to tell YouTube or the YouTube algorithm what your video is about so that YouTube can connect the video to the viewer. If your metadata is bad, if you have bad titles, bad descriptions, bad tags, then your video is, first of all, YouTube's not going to share it. And second of all, even if YouTube did share it, no one would click on it. This is why metadata is so important, and I know it's boring, a lot of people overlook it. Researching titles, descriptions, all that kind of stuff is like fingers down a chalkboard, but trust me, it will be worth it. It's a big part in getting more views on YouTube. Secondly is overlooking analytics. You may know that there's an analytics section in your YouTube dashboard, and going through your analytics can be extremely helpful. First of all, there's your overall analytics, so your channel's analytics, which are basic things like your view duration, your click-through rate, your watch time, etc. But it's really important for individual videos because it can teach you what to do and what not to do. For example, let's say I posted a 10-minute video that I worked really hard on, and this has actually happened to me a few times. I go through the analytics and I'll have a look at my watch time graph, for example, and I'll see at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, there's a big decline. The graph declines there, and that tells me that a lot of people clicked off at that particular point. So what I want to do is I want to go to my YouTube video, have a look at 2 minutes and whatever the time I just said was, and you want to try and identify what it was at that time that made people click off the video, and you can basically learn from your mistakes. For me, one of the things I noticed was whenever I say the word money, people click off the video. I don't know why that was, but it was pretty obvious from my analytics. So in future videos, I made sure that I didn't say the word money unless I really had to. I could say the words like funds, revenue, whatever, but not money. Money just people didn't like. Especially when you're starting, look through all of your videos, look through all of their analytics, and try and find areas in which you can improve. Next is no promotion. So we mentioned this a little bit in our previous video, but you need to actually promote your videos. At the start, your videos aren't going to get views organically. Your channel is not big enough for YouTube to actually start pushing it and promoting it. It doesn't matter what metadata you put in, your channel's not physically big enough to actually rank anywhere or be promoted anywhere. So you need to go to the viewers instead of allowing YouTube to bring the viewers to you. You can do this in multiple ways, and the best way I find, the best free way obviously, is by promoting on social media. So different sites, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. Now you don't want to spam, and I went more in depth on how you actually should promote your videos in the previous one, so I won't repeat myself. Just watch that video, it's linked at the end, and we'll move on to the next tip. So the next tip is about creating relevant videos. That is a really big thing when it comes to creating videos that people actually want to watch. I used this example in a previous video, but if you're creating Fortnite content and you create a video about the Golden Scar, the gun. There's a gun in the game called the Golden Scar. People are probably not going to be very interested in watching that video if that's the main feature of your video, because the Golden Scar came out over a year ago. On the other hand, if you create a video about the new tactical scoped AR or whatever it is, I don't know Fortnite, so I'm not sure what the latest gun is, but whatever it is, people are probably going to be more interested in watching that video because it's got something new, exciting, and relevant in the title, description, and video itself. If your videos are relevant, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to get views and in turn jump on trends. When you get more views and you jump on trends, you just end up snowboarding and good things happen. Next is the thumbnail on your video. Thumbnails are insanely important. It's crazy how important thumbnails are because that's what everyone looks at first. If you have an engaging thumbnail, we don't want to clickbait people, but an engaging, ethical clickbait thumbnail, then you're going to get a lot more views than if your video didn't have an engaging thumbnail. Put a lot of time into making your thumbnail look good. I made a video about this already and it's about how to make better thumbnails, but in a nutshell, we want to make sure that our thumbnails tell a story and we want to make sure that they ask a question. So overall, we want our viewers to become engaged in the story just by looking at it. It needs to be something cool, engaging, surprising, whatever. And then we need to ask a question. So, what happens next? How does this happen? How did this happen? Whatever it is. That's the secret to making good thumbnails. Finally, the content itself is just bad in general. This may be a little bit harsh or hard to hear, but you need to look over your content and logically assess what you need to do to improve. So obviously the analytics can help with this because you can see what people are liking and what they don't like, but people subscribe to the channel for you. They subscribe because they like you, they like your videos. So you need to come up with ways or ideas in which you can improve and better your content. Now this can be difficult, especially because sometimes it can be a bit of a confidence knock when you look through your videos and you realize maybe they're not as good as they once were, or you're specifically looking for the bad things that you do in your videos. But I think it's really critical to improving, because if you don't know what to improve, you never will improve. Ultimately, like we've mentioned, YouTube's job is to connect viewers with videos they want to watch. So if you can create videos that people want to watch, then most of your work is already done. And think on the bright side. In a year from now, you can make a reacting to my old videos video. It'll be amazing. It'll be a great 100K special. Anyway, I hope this video helped you out. These are some of my best tips when it comes to improving your videos. They might not be easy, they might not be nice, they might not be attractive solutions or strategies or tactics, but in my opinion, these are really the ones that count when it comes to a gaming channel. Don't do what I did. Don't go watching the next video trying to find a secret to success on YouTube or some secret site in which you can post your videos and you'll get thousands of views. It doesn't really work like that, unfortunately. In my opinion, these things that I've just mentioned are the things that you can double down on, and if you work hard enough at these, you will grow your videos and in turn your channel. Time spent looking for the secret strategies or secret success tips on YouTube is just time that could have been spent on one of the things we just mentioned. If you have a friend who's trying to grow their YouTube channel or thinking of growing a YouTube channel, feel free to share this video with them because I'm sure it could help them out too, and I'm sure they'd appreciate you thinking of them. Thanks for watching. The videos I mentioned are up on screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video.